Hey everyone, welcome back to another day trading recap video. So again, I didn't look at my P&L for the day, but it wasn't a really good day. It was a bit scratchy. Pre-market, I was actually a little bit red, and I was looking because once I'm red, I don't want to start, trending towards my max stop for the day. So I want to know what tickers I'm red on. And then I got slightly green again pre-market, and then I opened my fill order so I couldn't see it. So let's go ahead and look. Like I said, I think today was a total scratch day. I wouldn't be surprised if I was red or green, but in either direction, slightly. Well, we'll see what happens. Whoa, okay, 256, we're up today. To be honest, I would have thought we were up no more than, 1% based on our average position size, so about like $100 or so. So I guess that's a good thing, but yeah, still overall total scratch day. I think just being green today is almost the whole battle, not even half the battle. It was a pretty tricky day so far pre-market and the market open. Just not a lot of good opportunities. Maybe GMTX is going to be the one that actually ends up performing. So I do want to focus on GMTX a little bit here with you guys primarily because it's had some really nice bounces off of support, and it just had a really big bounce off of support. So we'll definitely focus on that one. Let's just go ahead and get started, and it shouldn't be too long of a recap video. So starting with GRTX, that was yesterday's lead gapper. And we made a whole video about GRTX yesterday, so I'm not going to focus on it too much. But if I followed my own advice at buying at 2.5, that could have been a really, really good move today. This one did have a little bit of a bounce, but we weren't able to break over yesterday's high. We have lower relative volume so far, so today might be a bit of a pullback day. Maybe we're going to see some bigger support come around, again, 2.5 and then maybe $2. And then we'll zoom in here a little bit. So this is what I was talking about yesterday. So either I was hoping we'd kind of hold our highs here and maybe have a continuation in power hour or the extended hour, so somewhere in this area, but we ended up selling off, and this was my kind of second plan, starting to accumulate around 2.5. Now my swing trade portfolio was fully allocated, and that's why I didn't do that, because I don't like swing trading in my day trading portfolio, but that would have been my plan as I was talking about yesterday. And yeah, this one had a nice little gap up. So pre-market opened around 7 a.m. for us on TOS, popped up a little bit there. So we could have sold right up to pre-market for like a 25% win. That would have been pretty good. I ended up trying to trade this one into this breakout. I didn't get this pullback because I felt like, this was a failed breakout and we might keep selling off here. We actually did rip up again. I tried to do a few trades here, made some money and then scratched a little bit. And then the market opened. Kind of similar situation, just a lot of fake outs, and it was a little bit tough to trade. So if we zoom in here to the 1 minute, you can see that a little bit clear here. How I went ahead, tried to trade this one, ripped over. This 1 minute pullback would have probably been the best trade. And then let's zoom in here a little bit more again to the market open, and had a red to green move. I was ready for this red to green move, but I was looking for a move closer to $3 to get that. We didn't sell off all the way. I did a few scalpy trades here. I did a pullback entry here looking for continuation. We didn't get that. I think I took my bigger loser right here in this red candle, and it's been kind of selling off ever since, although finding support around 2.8 right now. I don't think I'd be too aggressive in this area just yet. I'd probably wait for another move back to 2.5. But I'm not sure how I would go ahead and play this one anymore, because I usually like those first initial retests, and GRTX already had that first retest and bounce off that big support zone. So usually the second one I'm more cautious on. So if I was going to trade this one, it would be more of a day trade scalp as opposed to a proper swing trade, I believe. One additional thing about GRTX that I wanted to throw in here is if you go to the sec.gov and you search for company statements on GRTX, which basically looks like this. Let me just do it. Here's the website, sec.gov, Edgar, and then just type in GRTX. You'll see it pop up here, and then I just went to view filings and scroll down a little bit to the recent shelf registration it had. It's right here, the S3 registration, pulled that one up. I do want to let you guys know when you scroll down here on this, they do have shelf registration, so there's going to be dilution here at 13.62 per share, and then if you scroll down a little bit, it looks like they even have more dilution at around $10. Let me search for exercise price. Here's one. Here's an average exercise price of $7.35 and then $13.62, the one we were talking about before. So you want to be careful because there's warrants on this ticker. So if you guys remember yesterday, I made a poll on Will GRTX see $6 this week? We got 37 votes, 32% said yes, and 68% said no. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw $6. Again, I don't know if it's going to happen this week or not. It is a gap up, but more so because the warrants are around, they start on average around 730 or so somewhere in this area. And this is definitely where there was a lot of dilution that took place the first time. But I could see GRTX wanting to pump their stock all the way to around $8 so those warrants could be executed. But just know, be really, really careful if you are holding onto GRTX. It could be getting a little bit nasty at one point. But I do think if we keep selling off into this area, finding support around $2.5 and $2, it could be a really good play for a multi-day, multi-week run, because we've been seeing those a lot lately. And I think that's been almost one of the best ways to trade these small caps at the moment. Now let's move forward to GMTX, right to this one. We'll start again on the daily. Big backside pattern. Looks like there's also some forms of dilution in here, because if you scroll back, you can see the volume kind of picking up. But it's not that bad, and I didn't check their SEC filings. Usually I don't care so much about that. GMTX though, big resistance around $3, $7, $4. This was the place to kind of break. It does have high relative volume today, which is really good. And I kind of felt like it was a sympathy play the whole time based on GRTX. Anyway, this ticker, biotech, 43 million shares outstanding. Let's see here, 132 million market cap. I really like this big support zone, and that's why I traded it in this area. Unfortunately, after this, I was kind of done trading for the day. I did miss this bigger move to the upside, but even that was only 5%. So you're really like, today was, you were working a lot to like make pennies is really what it felt like. So I don't really feel bad for, you know, being slightly green at all. I mean, I don't think I would feel bad if I was red today. It's just there wasn't a lot of opportunity. And you can see once we had this big 5-minute breakout here, it's just been consolidation ever since. So we basically had a first leg and an instant consolidation, which made this one a little bit stressful to trade. Let's go here to the 1 minute and zoom in on this a little bit more here. And you'll see here we have that big breakout. We had a nice little you know, pretty much linear move to the upside, 22%. I didn't trade any of this for some weird reason. I think I was so focused on GRTX at the time. I did get a little bit of a pullback here and a little bit of a trade here, some scalping here, and then, you know, just a bunch of, I don't even know what this was. I think I was on the 5 minute. I was so focused on this 9 EMA, and I kept on thinking we were going to bounce off of it, which we kept on doing. But I was kind of always chasing. I was never really at. My timing was a little bit off, and ultimately this was just ranging and not really that good. So you know, shame on me for even wasting my time and energy on that. And then, yeah, in the market open, I didn't trade any of this. I had a failed attempted red to green move here, and I got that little bit of a bounce. The reason I actually didn't hold long is because I thought we were going to sell off again a little bit towards 284, and I wanted to re-enter. That was my initial plan. And we actually did start selling off again, but we didn't get as low to my new limit orders. So that's why I missed this move here, which is, you know, kind of unfortunate, but I don't know. With GMTX, I do like that big support zone. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back to this kind of support zone. Maybe we're even going to break it and find support on the 180-day SMA. So somewhere maybe in this area between 2.8 and 2.9, maybe we're going to find big support again for a midday rally or something. Because I don't know. I feel like the market, pre-market and market open were so bad today that there has to be something else at one point. That's usually the case. But I'm most likely not going to be sticking around to see what happens. But I really feel like there's going to be something today. And then BFRI, surprisingly the ticker I'm up on the most, which if you asked me before I checked my stats, I would have not said that. And because I only took a really small trade here, let's zoom in on this one. And you know, BFRI is a ticker, you know, we've been talking about, I feel like every day. It's just constantly popping up on our scanners, which makes me feel like next time it pulls back, I should just be blindly buying it. And you can see here on the 5 minute, I mean, it's just constantly popping up and trying to retest and break out to new highs, but it constantly fails. This was a really good stair stepper pattern here on the 5 minute, just constantly trending to the upside. And I don't know, I wasn't that enthused about it, and that's why I never really ended up trading it. It did have this bigger pullback here to VWAP. We had a really nice 5 minute setup there, and that's why I went ahead and traded this one. It instantly popped up higher, and I took profits right away. Unfortunately, it wasn't even half size, so I wish I kind of sized into this one a little bit more, and I wish I got like an actual good move here, but it flushed twice pretty hard, and at least I didn't get stuck in that, and at least I was able to walk away with some profit, so I can't really complain too much. Overall, it's been kind of a slow week. Monday was definitely very slow. Tuesday was a little bit better with GRTX, but even that was just like from 7 to 8, and then the market was again kind of flat. Today was probably the most difficult day, and then I'm gonna hope that Wednesday or Thursday clears up a little bit. I kind of feel like I didn't even trade today. Today just was over before it began, and that's kind of depressing. Anyway, don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. We'd love to have you part of the community, and like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.